all comes down to tonight. Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Looking to the end zone for the win!
Oh my gosh, one of the great games you'll ever see.
The competition is back, and the UEFA Women's Champions League looks set to be bigger and better than ever before.
It's their time, a night to remember.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go.
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this.
Fight night, only on DAZN.
Welcome to Fight Night, live from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Tonight, Riyadh season and DAZN deliver the rematch for the unified heavyweight championship between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. The first fight was a modern-day classic. The rematch is one of the biggest in the sport's history. Two generational greats meet again. Usyk wants the repeat. Fury wants revenge. Well, for tonight's fights, we are back at the Kingdom Arena, which is fast becoming the destination for any meaningful fight in boxing. It is good to be back here. Very warm welcome, everybody. I'm Kate Scott, joined by the former middleweight champ, now esteemed trainer Andy Lee, who'll be in Tyson Fury's corner tonight for the fight, and promoter Eddie Hearn. We were all so excited about your grand entrance into punditry. Had everybody panicking, turned up 5 minutes before we went to
rehearsal.
We did.
Come on.
Not you. But the badge looks good on you.
Thank you.
Looking like a real employee.
I said, I've already sold my soul to DAZN. What's a badge? Nothing.
You've been in so many big fights, especially here in Saudi. Does this one feel bigger than any of them?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I was lucky enough to be front row for the last one. I think I didn't expect it to be the fight that it was. It was one of the best heavyweight fights I've ever seen. And just tried to make a mental note to myself in the car tonight to really enjoy this. Because I think when we look back over years, you always hear about the great heavyweight fights of generations. This is it. This is one of the great heavyweight fights of our generation, and you can't split them. All the analysis, all the body language, he looks like this, he looks like this. The reality is, all that matters is how they perform in there tonight. And they're both supreme heavyweights. They're both great heavyweights of our generation. And we know Usyk's going to perform. I know he's going to be great, and it's up to Tyson to do something extraordinary. He's capable of doing it. He's done it before, but he will have to be extraordinary tonight to beat Alexander Usyk.
You'll be working, so I'm not sure to what extent you can actually just enjoy the experience, but you've been in a rematch with Tyson Fury before. Does this one feel bigger to you?
I think so. I think it's more meaningful to him. His first ever defeat, coming back from that. You know, the last rematch I was involved with him was a draw. So this is coming back from a defeat, and I think he's more determined. I think everyone's noticed his approach to this week, his response to questions. He's been very locked in, very focused. I think that's a great approach for Tyson.
You've switched your pick, haven't you, this week? You were Team Usyk, now you're Team Tyson.
I can't go against the Brit, and because of the promoters working together, I've built a decent relationship with Spencer Brown and the team. And although I've had my back and forth with him, I like Tyson. I believe he's a good individual. I think he's a real fighting man. He's a historian. And sometimes he talks about his legacy and the championships. He says, I don't care about it. I don't believe him. He knows boxing. He loves the sport. He knows the history of the sport, and he knows how important this fight is to his legacy. And I think he, like everybody else, wants to create that legacy. And I think it's very difficult to not pick Usyk in this fight, but you just start to buy into everything, and you know, and let's not early on really sharp and maybe even be ahead. I actually had him ahead at the halfway stage of the last fight, but Usyk comes on like a train. We've seen it so many times, and Tyson can't afford to switch off. He can't afford to get bored in there, which sometimes he does. He's got to, and that drains you. You saw it even going back to the Bellew fight. Bellew's doing really well after 6-7 rounds, and he's just getting drained by the feet and the movement. And after a while, he just wears you down. So, you know, he's got to stay switched on.
Well, you're talking about the first fight. Let's take a look. Let's run it back. We've got some highlights here for you. Obviously, this was back in May, earlier on this year. This was at the time for the undisputed heavyweight titles. It was a very close fight, as you said, especially those rounds, up until round 9, particularly Andy.
I know, and people just remember this round 9 and the highlight of that, and that's what sticks in people's minds. But there was a lot of moments and a lot of rounds where Tyson had a lot of success. To me, he couldn't sustain it because he wasn't fit enough due to having an injury going into camp. But now he's addressed that. He's fitter, and he has to be ready all the time to punch and contend with Usyk's pressure. This is the round that everyone remembers, but they don't remember the uppercuts, the boxing from Tyson, and it was, like Eddie said, a one-point decision to Usyk's favor.
To Usyk's favor. Eddie, did you score it? Did you think that it was the right decision?
You know, when the bell went, I thought Usyk's just edged the fight, and like Andy said, the 9th round is the eye-catching round. It's the 10-8 round. It's the fight that it's the round that almost ended the fight. But the powers of recovery from Tyson Fury, when he went back to his store at the end of the 9th, everyone said the fight's over. I mean, he won the 12th round. You know, he came out and actually, you know, and I think that fight took a lot out of both men. Don't forget, the winner of that fight was virtually carried back to the changing room, one man either side. So you just don't know at this stage in her career what took out more. Sometimes the punch resistance can go, everything can change, but you know, when we rematched Usyk with AJ, it's like people just say, you just got to be more aggressive, you've got to be the bigger man. It doesn't work like that against Alexander Usyk. You've got to be so versatile in there, and Fury's the kind of fighter that can switch up the game plan. And I don't know what he's going to do. We never know what he's going to do, and that's what makes it so exciting.
You're supposed to know what he's going to do.
I don't even know if
sometimes I know, sometimes I don't, but I know what he's trained to do. And if he can apply it, it will be successful.
What is he trained to do?
Stay ready, be ready, not take breaks, be on position, and I don't want to give too much away, but what I saw him do on Thursday here in the gym, the final workout before the fight, is the best I've ever seen him. And I'm not saying that lie, I'm not blowing smoke, I'm not telling lies. It was the best I've ever seen Tyson Fury. And if he can do that and do what I saw him do in the gym, now in the gym and in the ring is two different things, but if he can do it in the ring tonight, he's going to be in a good spot.
Yes, it could be very special indeed, couldn't it? We do have an incredible night of boxing coming up for you here on DAZN. Mohamed Alakel starts the night off for us in his 2nd pro bout. He goes against experienced Joshua Ocampo to open up the night for everybody. That is followed by the heavyweights, Andrei Novitsky and Edgar Ramirez. Light heavyweights, Ukrainian Daniel Lapin and Francis Dillon Collin will both be looking to stay unbeaten this evening. Pete McGrail faces a late replacement, unbeaten Rhys Edwards. Brits, Isaac Lowe and Lee McGregor, they have the chance to prove themselves on a very big stage. And undefeated Johnny Fisher, he looks to keep his run going in another all-British battle against David Allen. Ishmael Davis gets another big opportunity late to fight Serhii Boachuk, and top heavyweight prospect Moses Itauma takes a step up against Dempsey McKean. And then, of course, the main event, the one everybody has been waiting for, the rematch between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury for Usyk's unified heavyweight titles. Well, for more on tonight's fights, let's head over to some of the other members of our team at ringside this evening. Sergio Mora, Barry Jones and Ade Oladipo.
Thank you so much, Kay. I'm on the main stage, as you say, with a couple of former world champions, Sergio Mora and Barry Jones. By the way, this is the walk that the fighters are going to take in a few moments to enter the ring. At the first fight, so many intriguing battles in the first fight. We're going to do a bit of a deep dive as to how Alexander Usyk won the first fight and opinions on how Tyson Fury can win this second fight. For the purpose of this demonstration, Barry Jones will be Alexander Usyk and Sergio Mora will play the role as Tyson Fury. One of the key elements in the first fight was pressure. Alexander Usyk on that front foot pressure. Show us, Barry, how he did it.
Well, he puts that front foot in the center of your stance, so he's always on front of you all the time, pressurizing you, making you panic, making you punch when you don't want to, always ready to adapt. But if you make a mistake, wait you to pause, and if you throw a shot, that's his way in. Bam, 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 over the top, and then back again, or bam, 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 and pivot off to a safe place so you can't find him to counter back.
All right, let's see how that played out on the night. This is Alexander Usyk with front foot pressure. So this is exactly what you're referring to. He's always making Tyson work on the back foot.
All the time, just little bounce to his step all the time, constantly on Tyson Fury, dipping the shoulders, using when Tyson throws a punch, the dip and come back and throw with the combinations all the time, never giving him a second's rest. And it puts a panic on you. When you panic, you tense up. When you tense up, you get tired. And when you get tired, you get hurt. And this is the 9th round here when the exhaustion set in and he was really, really hurt there, Fury.
Okay, Sergio, again, you're Tyson Fury for us. How can Tyson Fury counter that front foot pressure of Alexander Usyk? Show me.
Well, first of all, Fury needs to fight like a big man, all right? Second of all, you got to get past that jab. That lead jab from Usyk is very... It tries to hypnotize you. He tries to, like, just do this in front of you and then he attacks. Take that away from him. You parry it, and then this is the one you concentrate on. You bang this one down, concentrate here, back it, double, and then you go downstairs to the body and the uppercuts and body shots. We know Usyk can't take body shots. He doesn't like that. So get past that jab. You got to get the southpaw to not be aggressive attacking. You got to get him on the back foot reacting. That's how you beat him.
Okay, so that's front foot pressure. All right, one of the other key elements for Alexander Usyk was combinations. He threw 3, 4 punch combinations. Tyson Fury, on the other hand, threw 2 punch combinations, single punches. Show us again, Barry.
But the thing with Alexander Usyk, he's always on the balls of his feet, shoulders are always relaxed, and with that, it allows you the fluency to throw when you want to. So he's always bouncing, being able to throw. When you're far out here, you make a little mistake, he can jump into attack combinations, or certainly if you give him a stick to work from, then he can come in here, bam, 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 over the top, or here, bam, 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 over the top again. He'll start he'll go up and go down, or go down and go up. The variation, the combinations means you hard to defend against, and because he's relaxed, the fluency in his work means he can throw and throw round after round.
All right, let's see some of that successful combination punching from Alexander Usyk. Again, Barry, this is what he did so well, didn't he? All fight.
But listen, there's nothing on it. Look at him, just nice and relaxed with his shoulders. We can go sway side to side, look for the angle of attack. He stays nice and low, so we've got a good vision of the target, but also doesn't load up with any shot. Always loose, always smooth, and that gives you the energy to throw. And even though those punches don't hurt in round 1s, 2 and 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, you feel those shots. They have an effect because you're exhausted with the pressure of that guy always in front of you.
Sergio, though, Tyson effective, and I think we saw that in that VT there with those single punch combinations. Does he need to keep up with Alexander Usyk? Do we need to see 3 or 4 punch combinations from Tyson? And if so, what punches?
You know what, you're not going to keep up with the fluidity and the footwork of the smaller man. So no, you can't keep up with him. What you can do is pick the right shots. What were the shots that were successful against Usyk? It was the uppercut, the right uppercut. The reason that Usyk gets away with that is because he has so much height. He has 6 inches in height, 7 in reach. So the fact that he can throw that lead uppercut, he's going to run into it. The body shots, that's another thing. So once you get past this, it's the right uppercuts and the body shots. They're going to get the attention of Usyk. I think he does that. It's not going to be combinations. It's going to be single shots that are going to do the trick.
I'm enjoying this so far. This is fantastic. By the way, that uppercut nearly landed. Be careful. The final one for you as punches landed. What we saw, it was almost a fight of 2 halves. Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury threw 6. Really same numbers in terms of punches landed. Alexander Usyk stayed at that level. Tyson Fury dipped. Here's a bit of VT to show you that as well. This was interesting, wasn't it? Because this is what we saw in terms of 1 to 6, and I think Andy said it. It was very close, 1 to 6. But then you almost felt like Alexander Usyk took over because his work rate stayed the same, whereas Tyson's maybe dipped in the latter rounds.
He's dictating the pace. When you dictate the pace, you throw when you want to. So you get your breathing right, you relax, and it allows you just to throw and throw and throw. And because I repeat myself, he never loads up. Never loads up in a shot. You see, that's why always these movements he's doing here are not maybe to confuse Fury, but they keep him relaxed. So when he throws, it's fluent, and it's fast. And for a little guy against a bigger guy, that speed and that fluidity is a real problem.
In terms of punches landed, obviously, if Alexander Usyk's on the front foot and dictating the pace, he's not in control, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury needs to be on the front foot, and then he can dictate the pace, and then he can sort of save those energy reserves for the latter rounds, yeah?
You got to fight like the big man. I mean, you have almost 50 pounds. You have almost 50 pounds against this man, so you got to put that weight on him. In the clinch, you got to actually get on top of him, get Usyk to wear out those legs. You got to move him around. You got to fight like the big man that you have. Then after that, you go and use your reach. Then you let Usyk make the mistakes, and then that's when you go to the body and attack once he does get on the inside. But you got to maul him. You got to fight like the big man, like the heavyweight champion. You want it back, that's how you do it. You manhandle him.
These guys are desperate to get in the ring again. I can sense it and feel it up here. I'm desperate to hear what Andy has to say about our little demonstration, Kate.
Yes, that'd be interesting. We want to give you right of reply. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with?
I agree with a lot of what the guys said, and great demonstration by them. Like Sergio said, Usyk, he used the term hypnotizer, but he uses it to probe, and he's always in motion, up and down with it, feinting and feinting. So you never know which way the punch is coming. He'll set a pattern which you'll get used to seeing, where he, like in the first fight, he threw the left hand to the body, and when Tyson got used to seeing that and almost blocking it, he came around, and that's what the punch that did the damage.
The left hook.
Yeah. You have to stop his pressure, and how you do that is by staying ready yourself, always being ready to punch, and showing that you're ready to punch. With any feint he does that, you feint back to him, and you show him that you're ready to punch. You don't give an invitation for him to come at you. So when Tyson in the first fight landed these good shots, he had to take the break because it simply wasn't fitting him. They said the last few rounds of the fight he fell off in terms of his output. He's a lot fitter now. He needs to stay ready, be on point. Body language is a big thing. When he throws these shots, be there, either feint Usyk straight back or punch with him. Catch the man, punch with him. I think Sergio made a great point. Be the bigger man. Use your advantages. Use your reach. You've got the reach, you've got the height, but you've also got weight. He got very light in the first fight. I think being a little bit heavier is going to help him a lot in this fight.
Yeah, you like that additional weight, don't you? Okay, well, let's head over to the red carpet and Emily Austin.
We are finally here, fight night at the Kingdom Arena. I'm on the lilac carpet where shortly huge names, not only in boxing, will be making their way here. We got Jason Statham, Rosie Huntington, I Show Speed, Ronaldo, Daniel Dubois, Golden Boy, Joseph Parker, the names go on and on. Last but not least, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh will all be making their way here very shortly. A lot of noise out there, but we found a pocket of peace and quiet here in Alexander Usyk's changing room. I see his fight fit there hanging, ready to go. Some of his team already getting cozy in here. It's a nice room, but let's go check out what's happening in Fury's locker room. It's been a long week for Tyson Fury. Media, an 11-minute face-off with Usyk, but here he will have his final moments to lock in for the big fight. His family, we saw some of them yesterday at the open weigh-in. However, here is where he will have the final opportunity to lock in and get ready for what could be the biggest fight of his life. We are here ringside, literally on the ring. I got the voice of boxing sitting right behind me, Adam Smith. What up? We'll be giving you coverage all night, and I will be running around ringside talking to your favorite celebrities and see what they got to say about this fight.
Okay, everybody, it's time for our first fight of the evening. Local boy Muhammad Alakel against Joshua Ocampo.
Well, the stage is well and truly set for what promises to be a cracking night. But first up is Muhammad Alakel versus Joshua Ocampo. Let's look at the tail of the tape.
Live worldwide, let's now welcome to the ring from right here, Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, mighty Muhammad Alakel.
Well, here is mighty Mo, Muhammad Alakel, from here in Saudi Arabia, just 20 years old. And he's taking it all in his steps. He's a shy young man, but fully believes in his ability to go on and do good things in this sport under the watchful eye of the very good British coach, Joe Gallagher. Stepping up to 6 rounds for the first time in his career, in only his second fight. So Joe Gallagher must believe in this young man who impressed us on his debut. He really did. And with the pressure, the weight of the nation on his shoulders, he's got a real big opportunity to be a star in this great sport of boxing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World Championship Boxing from the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We would first like to thank the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and His Excellency, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, Turkey, Al-Sheikh. Brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, with Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Bob Aram for Top Rank Incorporated, and Sella, in association with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing and Gold Star Promotions. Along with their great sponsors, Saudi Tourism Authority, Saudi National Bank, STC, Dr. Suleiman El Habib Medical Group, Saudi Airlines, New Murabba Development Company, Tawuniya, Lucid Motors, and Altan Feedy. We get things started with 6 rounds scheduled in the super featherweight division. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, Board Representatives Robin Smith and Robert W. Smith. Our 3 judges, all from England, will be Mark Bates, Lee Every, and Mark Lyson. Our referee in charge will be Kevin Parker of England. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight, out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing red with white and weighed in officially at 133.4 pounds. Coming to us from Cali, Colombia, he is a veteran of 46 professional bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Joshua White Wolf Ocampo. And his opponent across the ring fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing gold trunks and weighed in officially at 134.1 pounds. Undefeated with 1 victory. He hails from right here, Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Ladies and gentlemen, here is mighty Mohammed Alakel.
Gents, you both know the rules. I expect a clean fight. Remember to obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, 6 rounds. Thank you.
Well, here we go. First fight of the night here. And it really, really is going to be a special night. The rematch. Usyk versus Tyson Fury. But first up, Mohammed Alakel versus Joshua Ocampo. The tough Joshua Ocampo. Alongside me, as always, Barry Jones, former world champion, Sergio Mora. We was impressed with Alakel, wasn't we, Barry?
Yeah, I thought he boxed really well. You know, it was a massive stage for him, and of course a lot of pressure, you know, with the nation on his shoulders. But I thought he boxed really well. Nice and controlled, as he is here right now. Good jab, you know, and he kept his shape really well, and that's important, you know, early on in your career.
Sergio, seen much of Mohammed Alakel? Did you see the debut?
I did look at I watched the debut. I like the fact that he has nice range. He keeps tall, fights behind the jab, and sneaky uppercut like that to the body. I mean, I like what I'm seeing so far. It's a good development for a fighter that's 1-0.
Yeah, he's nice and sharp, quick hands, puts them together well. Landed that lovely right uppercut. Joshua Ocampo, his opponent, he's tough. 8 wins, 33 losses, but only stopped twice in those defeats. He knows how to look after himself, and viewers back home in the UK may remember him from his defeat against the very exciting, hurtful Ibrahim Suleiman, who went the distance with Ocampo. That was a 4-rounder, this 6.
Good body shot there.
Lovely shot.
He looks so much better than the first fight, doesn't he, here? Okay, positive, you know, he's bullying Ocampo around the ring here, but taking his time with it as well. Every punch is solid, he's turning into the shots.
A lot of foot pressure, a lot of front foot pressure. He's cutting off the ring nicely, and I agree with you, Barry. He's fighting with a lot more confidence.
Yeah, working behind a lovely jab, lovely counter, right hand again. Yeah, really, really showing a lot of confidence. Good chopping right hand again, right uppercut, beautiful work.
But what was really good about that, he threw the left hook to the body first, then the right hand over the top. Just makes you drop your hands a little bit. The variety and the thought behind that was fantastic.
Yeah, fought in his work, really good to see from such a young man. Spent some time in Scotland as an amateur there, but only a handful of fights, so learning on the job. But as I said, in the ring walk, under the watchful eye of the very, very good coach, experienced coach in Joe Gallagher.
Yeah, I really like this kid, Alakel. I'm telling you, he doesn't smother himself. Normally, young kids are really ambitious. They want to go for the knockout. He keeps his range. Look at how he steps back to make room for himself. He fights behind the jab, and then those sneaky shots to the body like that, and two uppercuts to the chin. Just beautiful, beautiful, polished boxer, I want to know.
It's the strength that impresses me. I mean, he's turning into every shot, so you can see every shot has an impression here on Ocampo. Pumping that jab out all the time, again, so he doesn't take a step too close to smother his work. As you said, Sergio, that means he can punch right through the target with the right hand.
Well, very, very good opening round for the Saudi favourite, Mohamed Alakel, in cruise control.
I've got water. Okay. Big breath, yeah? Brilliant, Mo. Absolutely brilliant. Miles better than last time, all right? Putting the ring off well. But be careful that you don't get into that just following him around a little bit. That's what I'm saying, shut the gate. Every time you know he's coming this way, shut the gate with a right hand, have a right hook or right hand, all right? And put a left after it. Just now and again, feint on the way in. And that be comfortable enough to go bang, bang, slip, bang, 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 and go 4 or 5. Give the referee something to look at a little bit, all right? Yeah? I'll keep that distance, not be too far out. Close the distance.
Yeah, what a brilliant opening round from Mohamed Alakel. You see there, Joe Gallagher, head trainer, Marcus Morrison, very good fighter, Tasha Jonas, Jamie Sheldon. So lots of experience in the corner of Mohamed Alakel. Referee Kevin Parker, I don't think you could hear the bell there. Sending both to the neutral corner. And as we see in that first round, Alakel straight on the front foot, being the aggressor, and looking again, Sergio, for that left to the body.
Yeah, notice any time Ocampo even tries to come in with his front foot, he steps back nicely, not out of range, enough to where he can still counter with that right hand. And what I like about Alakel is that right hand is straight, right hook to the head, uppercut to the chin, or an uppercut to the body. It's just the variety is very impressive.
Just the patience as well with his work. You know, he's putting immense pressure here on Ocampo, but he's not rushing his work, which means he's allowed to punch fully with every punch. He makes sure he gets leverage on every shot rather than rush it and reduce a little bit of power that maybe he did a little bit in the first fight.
He's completely put Ocampo in his shell here, who we see on Wednesday night at the prelims in a couple of the corners of the opponents, offering instructions. And at the grand arrivals on Tuesday, he sees that moment. He was very entertaining, and there's that right uppercut again, beautiful shot. There's a smile and a few words from Ocampo as he's backed into this blue corner. He's well and truly under the cosh. Really, really good, impressive start to this contest from Mohamed Alakel.
He's going to start to use all of that experience now, isn't he, Ocampo? He's got to try and get a little bit close here to Alakel. Just rough him up a little bit, try and get him up with his rhythm to get him to lose his shape a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, big right hand from Alakel. He steps back and down goes Ocampo. Fantastic shot.
Alakel got him with that anchor punch, that Muhammad Ali ankle punch, man. That's so difficult to do. It takes a lot of athleticism and footwork.
Fantastic right hand, and he sensed the end is close. He is all over Ocampo like a rash, Alakel.
But the speed as well, and the thought of speed, to be able to see that, just a little step back and throw that right hand over the top is fantastic.
That really was a fantastic right hand, and I like this patience. Not getting greedy, not getting silly. Good variation again. The right uppercut, left hook upstairs, downstairs.
This kid, he's special, man. I like what I'm seeing so far. I mean, he dissects opponents, but he doesn't let you hide. Ocampo's trying to hide his chin or his head anywhere, but Alakel will not allow him because he jabs, uppercuts, body, snatches him in half, and comes right back up to the chin.
So impressive, this variation from Alakel. Really turns into the shots. Another fantastic round. You have to say the best round of his career so far.
He got me bad with my low hand.
But it's nothing. You've done that a couple of times now.
Yeah. He's getting
confident,
tired.
But confident.
No, he's getting tired.
But confident. Okay. Remember where you're boxing. Couple of shots, up against the ropes. You might not land, the ref jumps in.
Okay.
Remember that, yeah? Yeah? You might not be hurt, but they'll jump in.
It's a lovely little move here, look at that.
Oh.
Again, as soon as you said a little Muhammad Ali-esque, there just Ocampo going, had to throw a jab, he had to fire back on Ocampo. But just look at that, just a little lean back, not even a step back, and just the reaction times to get that right hand over the top. It's a very, very difficult thing to do there. Very focused there, Alakel, and he looked good in his first